Hello and welcome to this tapping audio on releasing the emotion of disappointment. Today we are going to go into this emotion and powerfully release it through saying how we're really truly feeling. All emotions are just energy in motion. It is a feeling, and when we don't fully feel it, we block it in our bodies, it becomes suppressed, it becomes pushed down, and we start vibrating at a frequency which is different to what we're designed to, which is from the frequency of love. So when we powerfully go into these emotions, what's holding us back, and fully feel, release and process it, it allows you to bounce back to that beautiful place you really want to be, which is happiness and full of joy and love. So let's just talk about disappointment first of all, and then we can get into the tapping. So disappointment is often felt when we feel things should have turned out differently to how we expected or hoped them to. And it's often caught up with other low vibe emotions like sadness or resentment, self-pity, unworthiness, anger even, and it feels our sort of feelings of resignation, and dare I say it, even makes us feel like a victim because we feel that we can't have what we want, that things aren't working out for us, which can put us in a place of disempowerment, feeling that we can't have what we want. So disappointment might come in the form of the past, such as things you wish you said or done or not done, things you wish you said or not said, feeling like others have let you down or you've let yourself down. I know that for me, feeling that I've let myself down has been a source of disappointment, and that's something I've had to work through. And it can be off the back of feeling frustrated and going into the place of things not working out for the way you wanted them to, where we sort of sit in a place of resignation and resentment and regret. And I like the fact that the word disappointed is in the past tense, suggesting it's resulted from something that cannot be changed. And this emotional charge we attach to it basically serves us no purpose. It can also exist in the future, but only really if you're sitting in future story, feeling hopeless and discouraged that nothing is going to change or improve, which is not truth. So that's just a fantasy version of you telling you cannot have what you want. So at the root of it, disappointment is a reactive emotion that takes us back to that place of not feeling good enough, that what we want or desire isn't available to us, that when we ask for what we want or need, we cannot have it. So it makes us feel sort of unworthy and deserving of having what we want. And so it disempowers us. It feels like we don't have the power to have what we want. And it's easy to trigger those feelings, anger, frustration, and irritation, and not supporting us to create what we want in life. So why is it such a familiar feeling to us? I mean, it's almost omnipresent for some people. And I know some people in life who really do carry that energy of disappointment around them. It's almost like they're living their life expecting life to like hand them, the worst case scenario. Like there's always one eye open, protecting yourself, waiting for, that shoe to drop, and to blame someone else that, that situation didn't pan out quite as they wanted to. But there is no benefit to feeling disappointment. It serves no purpose. So why do we even hang on to it? Well, the reason we do this is because it confirms a belief we cannot have what we want. This deeply entrenched, very determined, compelling story that as humans we tell ourselves we cannot have what we want. And I've had to work on this, and it comes from this lack mentality, this conditioned belief that we cannot have what we want. We cannot control and have the power to create the life of our dreams. We are at the mercy of everybody else. And it's just not true. So this familiar thought pattern for me, from where disappointment is concerned, is from how I grew up. And it has fed through into how I've lived my life in terms of, relationships, career decisions, focusing on fitness goals. So through the work that I've done through both the tapping and also on my spiritual journey and transformational coaching, I have really walked a journey of releasing this disappointment and having that awareness of when it comes. So where disappointment really comes from is from living in expectation and not being in reality. And when these expectations aren't met, we sort of plunge back down into this soul-sapping energy, dragging us back into victimhood once again. But we cannot live like this. Every time we live in expectation, it sets us up for those familiar, horrible feelings of disappointment. So it's like we put something out there and it's very conditional, and it's almost like we make it so difficult that we're proving to ourselves we can't have what we want, and we slip into that place of, see, I told you so. So it's a very fearful energy, and easy to kind of overwhelm and control you. But I'm telling you now, unless you release this energy of disappointment, you will never create those feelings of joy and happiness and peace and freedom and flow and ease. It's not possible to resonate at one frequency, one energy, and then expect to feel a different way. So before we get tapping, I want to ask you this. What has made you feel disappointed? In others, or maybe situations? Think about the past. Think about things you've done or things that you were wanting to have worked out a certain way and they didn't. And obviously in yourself as well. And just sort of see how massive this feeling can be. And we're just honouring the feeling, okay? We're just bringing it back to the surface. Because I want you to know that when you live in this energy of disappointment, all this does is reflect back to you more things to feel disappointed about. It's like it's there and at the back of your mind, and then you're always waiting to kind of be proven correct. And when you're expecting something or something else or someone in the external world to create those feelings of acceptance, happiness, joy, peace, whatever it is you're searching for, you've given your entire power over how you feel to someone else. You're expecting the external world to provide that for you. And when they don't, you're then disempowered. You're letting how you feel be determined by somebody else. And that's not empowered in any capacity. Versus, and I'm going to talk to you about this in a minute, versus being able to almost like set a standard, i.e. so you are in the driver's seat. And this is one of the exercises I do with my clients, is go through an expectation versus a standard. And when you have a standard in place, it's like you're putting a foundation to how you want to feel, like a stake in the ground. So let me give you an example. An expectation might be, I expect my mother to always be respectful to me. Whereas it would change to a standard or a frequency foundation of, my mother speaks to me with respect and love. Do you see how the energy feels totally different between those two sentences? And when you can sit in a place of a standard or a frequency foundation, it changes everything. So just listen again. I expect my mother to always be respectful of me. So you're expecting that external person to be a certain way. Whereas when you come in at it from a standard or a foundation, you're saying, my mother speaks to me with respect and love. And you keep saying that to yourself. And that's the standard that you will see. And, as and when they're not, it's not going to impact you so drastically as feeling disappointed. So disappointment is just an energy. It's just an emotion. And all emotions are just an energy emotion. And it will pass through you if you let it be fully felt, processed and released. And so when you can understand why you've given it meaning, you can then move forward to really create a much happier, peaceful life. So this tapping is going to allow you to finally bring those feelings to the surface so you can fully feel them. And as always, before we start, I would like to invite you to be somewhere comfortable, where you won't be disturbed and where you feel safe. Tapping is deep and transformative, and I can assure you from my own personal experience that it is deeply changing, it's deeply healing, and it's quite extraordinary for what comes up and shifts for people. So the key thing when you are tapping is to trust the process and understand when you're using this as a technique, you're unblocking stored, dormant, dwelling energy from emotions that have never really been allowed to be felt that needs releasing. And so as you do this, your entire energy center will shift and will start flowing again in a beautiful, stunning way. If you've never tapped before, and this is not traditional EFT, this is RRT, which is a very, very different method. And what you're going to do is you're going to tap on the right-hand side of your body. And you start by tapping on the eyebrow point. So you tap in the middle with 2 or 3 fingers. And what you're going to do is you're just going to tap 7 to 8 times on one point. And then you're going to move to the side of your eye on the right-hand side, again, tapping 7 to 8 times. Under your eye, under your nose, on your chin, at the end of your clavicle on the right-hand side of your body, so at the end of your shoulder blades, like a little nook. And then you're going to feel along your rib cage, wherever it's most sensitive, and you're going to tap 7 or 8 times there. Back up to the top of your head, and then back to that eyebrow point, that middle point. And you're just going to keep going round and round as you release this energy. So I'm going to invite you to feel very grounded and just lean into where you are. Feel your feet on the floor and the chair beneath you. If you've got your legs crossed, then uncross them so both feet are on the floor. Close down your eyes and let's just do a couple of deep cleansing breaths. Take a nice deep inhale in. Let's take another one. And let it all go. Let's do one more, why not? And let's do one more. And just allow your breath to return to its normal pattern. And with your eyes closed, I want you to bring to the forefront of your mind whatever the situation or person that's created those feelings of disappointment in you. Something that pops into your mind, a memory or experience that's giving you a feeling that is familiar to you. Okay, and just lean into your body, really sort of tune into that disappointed, frustrated, uncomfortable feeling. And notice with loving awareness where it is in your body. Just scan your body up and down and feel into where that feeling is most intense. Maybe it's across your chest, maybe across your stomach, your shoulders, your throat. It can be anywhere. Just start focusing your attention on this space and allow those feelings to permeate your body, even if it's really uncomfortable. Wherever it's being felt, this uncomfortable, unpleasant feeling in your body, allow your attention to settle. Feel the feeling and honour your body. You're allowing yourself to feel this feeling. It wants to be felt. Just drop into the feeling. Get out of your head. Drop into the feeling a bit more. You're fully focused on this disappointed feeling. Give it your full awareness. And just notice what size that feeling is. And on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense is this disappointed feeling? 10 being super intense and 0 not at all. And just take a nice deep calming breath in and exhale slowly. Focus on the disappointment and honour the truth of how you really feel. So we can lower the intensity of it and turn towards the positive. And I just want you to start tapping 7 to 8 times on that eyebrow point. If you get stuck, that's fine. It just shows there's more energy to shift. And when you're ready, start tapping and repeat either out loud or in your mind after me. Ugh, I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed at where I am in life, what I've achieved, what I've said or not said, what I've done or not done. Why does nothing work out for me? Why does nothing show up for me? I hate this feeling of feeling disappointed. It makes me feel so flat and sad. Deep down, I don't believe I can have what I want. I put it out there. I ask for what I want. But someone always lets me down. I'm always waiting to be disappointed. It's as if I need to confirm my beliefs. I cannot have what I want. I wish I could shake this feeling from my body. It stops me going for what I want because deep down, I believe it will never work out for me. And I want to prove myself right. It's always been like this. I've always felt a bit disappointed. Disappointed in my childhood. Disappointed in my parents for not unconditionally loving me. Disappointed at the opportunities I've had or let go. Disappointed by my friends. And if I'm really honest, the person I'm most disappointed with is me. Disappointed in my efforts, my mistakes and failures, in how I handled things, why I couldn't stand up for myself. Why couldn't I have done better? Why could I have not made a success of it? Why couldn't I have kept focused and determined to create what I want? What's wrong with me? Why do I always mess things up? I'm so angry and annoyed at myself for having great expectations, but then always falling flat and never reaching my true potential. It's so frustrating, and it keeps me stuck where I always believe it's going to go wrong and I cannot have what I want. What's wrong with the world? Why can I never get what I want? I'm so sick of not getting what I want. I'm disappointed by life, people, money, situations. I want life to be better and easier. I've tolerated so much for so long. I'm just so disappointed in myself. What is wrong with me? How have I allowed this to go on for so long? Why have I allowed this to be the way I've seen life? I should have been better. I should have been better, smarter, wiser, braver, more courageous. I should have made better decisions. All this time I've wasted. I should have done so many things differently. So many different decisions in my life. So many times I've tried and didn't achieve what I wanted. So many times I've hurt myself. What is wrong with me? I deserve not to have what I want in life. I'm so stupid. I made so many mistakes. Mistakes where I should have known better. I knew what I needed to do, but once again, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. What is wrong with me? I'm just useless. I'm never good enough. I never make enough money. I never get everything right. I never get what I want. I'm always making mistakes, being late, making stupid mistakes. No matter how hard I try, I'm just not good enough. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't deserve good things. I don't deserve the things I want. I don't deserve to have a happy life. I deserve to be punished. Okay, so just stop tapping. I know that's really, really deep, but the healing takes place when you allow yourself to go into how you're truly feeling and actually expressing those deep, darker feelings and emotions that you're holding on to. Emotions can get very big when you're tapping. So, if you're crying or feeling really angry, actually take that as a sign as a good thing, because it's very, very powerful. This process is extremely powerful. What we're going to do now, after you've taken a breath, maybe had a sip of water, we're going to do a short round on anchoring. So we can move from expectation to acceptance, forgiveness, and putting some stakes in the ground. So you can move forward, no longer giving your power away to others, no longer expecting someone to let you down, no longer putting that kind of energy of disappointment out there, waiting to be proven right. So when you're ready, take a deep breath. And this time, we're going to work on the left-hand side of the body. So you're going to start on that eyebrow point in the middle, and then you're going to go to the left side of your eye and then move around that way. We anchor in on the left-hand side of the body. So when you're ready, just start tapping on that on that eyebrow point and move around on your left. And just take a deep breath and repeat after me. I know deep down that there is no benefit to me feeling disappointed. Instead, I can actually use this energy to my benefit. Disappointment keeps me stuck in a place of victimhood, no longer taking control of my life. It's actually okay to make mistakes. It's okay that I didn't know better. It's okay that I didn't have all the answers. It's okay that things don't always work out the way you want them to. It's not up to me to how things work out. It's up to the universe. It's up to me to release this need for control and expectation of others. Because all it does is keep me stuck in a place, waiting for things to fall apart. I am choosing not to live like this anymore. I am choosing to live in a place where I put standards and foundations in how I want my life to be. Humans are humans. We all mess up, and this is part of life. Life isn't perfect, and things aren't always going to go to plan. My job is to trust and accept and keep my head down on what I want to create. I release any fear around the beliefs around disappointment. I release others' disappointment in me and remind myself it is from their perception, and perception is not truth. I lovingly forgive myself for doing the best I could. I am always doing the best I can. My job is to live in alignment with who I really am, making decisions that feel good to me and choosing to heal what's holding me back. I will work on forgiving myself more and more, accepting that I cannot change the past. I forgive myself for things that cannot be changed and know that I will no longer give my power away. I stand in my power. I choose to let life flow. Everything is always working out for me in the right way, and at the right time. I know this is a leap of faith, and sometimes I might be scared, but I am grateful for my growth. I am grateful for the challenges. I am grateful for releasing all that is not me. I release the energetic charge of disappointment. I remind myself that everything is always working out for my highest good. So I can stand in a place of true acceptance of what is, bringing in peace, acknowledgement, understanding, and being able to respond. So I live from my truth and from love for myself and others, instead of the conditioning, programming, and any expectation that doesn't belong to me. It feels so good. It feels so good. I'm forgiving myself for the judgment and disappointment I have towards myself. But I'm open to changing and releasing this need to punish myself. I'm open to acknowledging that I'm exactly where I need to be. I recognize that disappointment is an opportunity for me to get clarity on what I want in life and what I let in. It's okay to be in this place. It's okay to release the need to control everything. I choose to see my way through this and focus on the outcome of what I want in life, whatever that might be. Instead of feeling disappointed, I sit in that future version of me where I've created what I want. I let go of the need to know how it has to look and accept that it will all work out in the right way at the right time. And even when I'm feeling uncomfortable or fearful, I will love myself through it and remind myself why I'm doing it. This is my life, my dreams, and my goals, no one else's. I recognize any self-sabotage, and I love myself through it anyway. I no longer judge myself, and instead choose to love myself as I work through the healing process of becoming the person I always wanted to be. I no longer compare myself, and instead pour love and grace on myself as I work through any disappointment and choose to live in accordance to my highest potential. Okay, so when you're ready, just stop tapping, take a deep breath, give yourself a hug, give yourself some love, and well done.